Thank you for tuning in to Shoptalk Radio 2020. And today, guys, I have a special guest on today that I kind of ran across on the Kendra G show. If you guys are not familiar with her, Kendra G has a relationship dating show. And I happened to meet this young man, Mr. Drip. He had a very inspirational story that I think he needs to tell and share with the people so you guys can hear his side of the story and who he is. So, Mr. Drip, tell the people who you are, what's your name and stuff like that.
Well, my name Quez, but I go by the name Drip. I'm 24 years old, and I stay in Miami.
You stay in Miami?
Correct.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm from Miami.
Okay, yes, I remember.
Yep. So, you were trying to find somebody, a companion, on the Kendra G show, and you were talking about the show kind of went on the left side. It kind of veered towards your life and your story. So you mentioned about you had did some time, right, for a situation.
Not technically time. I did
Okay.
I did like 2 weeks. The time
Okay.
the time they come up, the reason why I didn't do like long extension time because I didn't take it a trial, and I didn't lose. So that's why I didn't do, time.
Okay. So it was just more of a situation that you went through.
Correct. And I had to put it on my behalf because I had two options: take the plea for me, or snitch on that next person, or try to fight in court and lose, and then the time where it came on for me.
Okay. So how did you get in that situation? How did that play out?
Well, it was a person that's from Miami, and I asked them to link with me, and we were supposed to do a skit, and it came out to be something other than a skit. They wanted to do a job, and I didn't know this person. I didn't know this person's name, and they came. I gave them my address. They came pick me up, and fortunately, long story short, they was riding with something illegal they not supposed to have in a car, and I was, the victim because I was, in that situation at that time, and I ended up getting, caught with the charges.
Wow. Wow. So it was more of a choice that you made.
Correct. Yes.
Wow. And look at how God turned that out for you. Uh
He did.
where yeah, it seems like, and the funny thing about that is watching you on the Kendra G show, like it just really touched me because your story, it sounded so passionate and real. But a lot of the people that was on the Kendra G show thought that you were making it up.
Yeah, most thought I was making it up, and then most know that I was serious. But the ones that I thought I was making it up, the reason why they thought I was making it up, because on my Instagram it say skits entertainment, so they thought I was just trying to put a skit on her. But the reason why I have that, because like I say, I am into skits, but I haven't been consistently like doing skit videos. So I just left that in my bio on Instagram. I just left it there, but I haven't, been consistent with the video because hard times, and I just gave up on the video, but I never changed the bio.
Right. So this is actually your true life story.
True life story, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Because what would you tell the young people who actually are making the same type of choice that you made without thinking?
I would say, well, listen to your parents. Like that's one. Listen to your elders. That's telling you something. And if you got someone, well, I'm sorry, if they have someone in their life that's really trying to tell them, explain to them, I feel like they should, taking heed into listening. Because most times you can learn a lot by just listening instead of someone just showing you. You just listen, and you know people willing to teach you more because you're willing to listen. But if you're willing not to listen and you disobey, then they're gonna be like, okay, they wasting their time. They're gonna let you just do you until you end up in, in a situation you should have been like, oh, I should have, but it'll be too late then.
Right, right. Very good, very good. So what do you feel? I know that word snitching, like in the
Oh,
community. Like, what do you feel about snitching? Do you feel like um do you think snitching and making the right choice for yourself, does it contradict the whole snitching thing?
I feel like me personally, since it was my first charge, even though it was my first charge, I didn't really know what really can happen. But I was like, hesitating because like I say, it wasn't me, it wasn't mine, it was just the next person. So in my mind, I was like, should I or should I not? I was, having, debating, but I was like, you know what? You got yourself in this. You can't point fingers. This is what happens when you don't listen. So I had to, take the fall and I had to, go through the consequences that came behind it. And I feel like snitching, if you were to snitch, that ain't such a good idea because people on the outside were gonna look at you as in like, okay, well, this a teller, like he's gonna tell everything, and we can't hang with him, we can't trust him, and then it's like a lot of doors ain't gonna be open for you. That's how people gonna look at you. You really gonna be on this world like, oh, nobody wants to hang with
By
me. They
yourself.
by yourself. They're not gonna even want to have a conversation with you, even at the people that don't even know you. Because what the thing is, when you snitch, it's not like it's private. You can also put that on paper, and for anybody that don't know, someone else can pick on it and gravitate to it because it's on paper. So you can't deny and say, "Nah, it wasn't me." It isn't. Nah, it's that's how it goes. It's on paper. So that's
Wow.
what I feel like, and that's why I choose not to snitch because I didn't want that on my behalf worse than what it is on me
In the streets.
in the streets. Yes.
In the streets. So the snitching thing in the streets is a real, it's deeper than just saying that, they take it to heart. Like, okay, we're not gonna
Oh
do with
yes.
this person anymore because they're a snitch.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Like I say, people that you don't know is crazy that how it be, how it sounds, but people that you don't know is automatic gonna know regardless. Anywhere, everywhere you go, they gonna know. They gonna it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. They
Okay.
not gonna have a conversation with you.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it. That's the street lingo, that's the street rule and the street thing. But
Correct.
what will you tell the young people, right? Because in their minds, they're thinking, a lot of younger people than you are
Mm-hmm.
thinking that's how they're moving. They
Mm-hmm.
can get in a situation. I'm talking about middle school, high school. They can get in a situation and and don't want to be a tattletale, like as you say.
Okay.
But
Correct.
then where do you think that, how can we like change that mindset for people to make the right choice without considering it being snitching? How do we change that? Because people will take the fall for something that they didn't do, and then, you know, how does how could that person win from not snitching?
The reason how they could win, don't put yourself in a tight position that you have to snitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, the company you keep, and if you don't know that person or you're not familiar with that person, you shouldn't be hanging around with that person because 9 out of 10, what goes down can happen and falls on you. Now you in a predicament that you gotta snitch. So if you stay to yourself or you keep the company your circle is with and not getting in trouble, you won't have to worry about snitching. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Okay.
I took the blame on my actions because it's not that person. It's really on your behalf, on your actions. You know what I'm saying, on your behalf. So I put myself in a tight position that I was blessed that God gave me a second chance of not doing years and me not
Right.
have to snitch, but now I know how to move now as a young man and through life. Don't put myself in tight positions that I'm gonna have to snitch or I'm gonna have to do years. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's the choices that you make, people. This is what he's saying. The
Exactly.
choices that you make will make or break you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that that's what we are, as far as like things have changed. Like snitching, I'll just say from when I was growing up, it wasn't you better tell, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You like you better tell,
Mm-hmm.
like that's how I grew up. It wasn't like a snitching type of thing, and people didn't judge you for making the right choice.
Mm.
But what we are today, everybody judging.
Oh yes.
Everybody judging, but nobody making the right choices.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say to like you say, if you don't have that right, the role model or the father or the mother figure that's grooming you and teaching you in the streets, or the uncle or the cousin that's
Mm-hmm.
grooming you. I don't know your situation as far as your family, but you did mention your dad. Is he in your life positively?
No man.
So do you
No.
feel like some of your choice making uh kind of played a role in that? No, not
It kind
having
of
that.
yes, I could say it kind of did because he the one that had me. Like I ain't asked to be here. I'm just a child, like I'm born with no sense. So to have a child, you have to groom it, you have to train them, you have to teach them how to be see, I'm a young male, you feel me? So he, as a dad, as a man, he should have, oh no, don't do this. Oh no, this is right for you. And be there for every step, even if I would have made a bad decision, but just being there, showing that, okay, since he was there, I want, end up in that I feel like I won't end up in that predicament. It would have been small, little small, but not towards something big like that. No.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what really, really touched me was your story and how passionate you are. And I'm gonna tell you something, right? Because I have two sons, and when
Okay.
you made that choice to
Hmm.
take, I'm not gonna say to take the fall, but that's what it is,
Yeah, yes,
you know.
what
But I
it
don't
is.
want to say take the fall, but you made that choice
Hmm.
to man up. That's
Hmm.
how I see what that was. Like you made the choice to man up for yourself and what you're gonna do in the situation.
Hmm.
So out of that, God gave you a second chance because you did that, and because your heart is pure, and because you have that second, you have a good side and you have a bad side, good and evil. You
True.
was thinking about your choices,
Yeah, I would think,
but
yeah.
then you made the wrong choice, which is not
Yes.
just stand up, but it worked out for you.
It really did. That's why I said since I made a wrong choice, since I made a wrong choice, as me as a person, I cannot be like, okay, I made a wrong choice. I know I made a wrong choice, and then point fingers at the end. That's not what you do. That's not how you that's not.
Right, right. And that's what I say. I give you your props as a young man that
Mhm.
you manned up. I will give you that. But I'm not, don't get it construed at people out there. I'm not saying making the wrong choice just because you're a young man and you feel
Mhm.
like you made the right choice, that makes you a man. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in Drip's situation and his choice that he decided to take the fall. He was with a woman, a female, and
Mhm.
he did what he thought that was the right thing. But what lesson could you tell the people that you think that you learned out of it and that you won't let it won't happen again?
Uh, it's a few, like as I was saying in the beginning, like if you don't know that person, don't just be quick to link and send the person your address and try to jump in a car without knowing their name, without even knowing anything about them. That could be scary, you know, and just falling for anything that because somebody say they're gonna do this and do that, and you can't be too gullible. You just can't just be trustworthy. You just can't just be a yes man to everything, because people out here get you in a situation again, and that can fall bad on you on your behalf again.
Exactly, exactly. Very, very good. And I see that you are a very humble young man.